It appears as though Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez aren't the only Formula One teammates bumping heads this season. An incident in the house of Mercedes during the Monaco Grand Prix has the paddock talking, and talk of tension between Lewis Hamilton and his young teammate George Russell is starting to creep its way into everybody's ears. I know you want to find out about it, so let's dive right in. Despite maintaining a generally amicable working dynamic, there have been instances this season where George Russell has requested to overtake his teammate Lewis Hamilton on 2 separate occasions. This scenario also unfolded during the Miami Grand Prix, where Hamilton did grant Russell the opportunity to pass. In Monaco, the 2 Mercedes cars held the 4th and 5th positions. After running wide on Mirabeau, George Russell encountered a collision with Sergio Perez from Red Bull when he attempted to re-enter the racetrack. Russell received a 5-second penalty for rejoining the track in an unsafe manner. After the incident, George Russell was heard communicating over the radio, requesting Lewis Hamilton to allow him to overtake in order to maintain his advantage over Charles Leclerc, considering the impending penalty he faced. George Russell took his request a step further by stating that he would not cross the finish line more than 5 seconds ahead of Lewis Hamilton, thereby ensuring his teammate finished ahead of him. However, his plea was rejected by Mercedes team boss Toto Wolff himself. Wolff straightforwardly asserted that without the error, a podium position could have been achieved. After the race, he spoke to Service TV, where he said, "He generally puts a lot of pressure on himself. That's his way. We might have to consult and coordinate. I don't think he also really thought we would swap positions. I said we are not even discussing that. Staying calm is important. Without his exit, it would have been a podium finish. We were ahead of Ocon. It was a race where you could do a lot wrong and fly off the track, but the pace was really good in the rain. The strategy choices were right, and then that's a result we can be happy with today." And as for Russell, he had this to say about his disappointing outing, admitting that it was a learning experience for him. "I'm really kicking myself because P3 was almost guaranteed," Russell said. "There was a yellow flag. I backed off, and as soon as I touched the brakes, I locked up and followed Lance Stroll up the escape road." That's probably a lesson that actually, when you're not on it and you're not focused, you make those mistakes. Probably, if there wasn't a yellow flag there, I would have just been focusing more. I wouldn't have gone off and cost the team a comfortable P3. I definitely damaged the car a bit. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to continue, but it kind of sorted itself out as the laps progressed. I think the toes got bent at the rear end. I felt really uncomfortable in the car, but we were the quickest on track during that period. So I don't really know what was going on. I was being held up by Ocon and Lewis, and Charles Leclerc was closing me down. I was definitely not going to risk anything on Lewis in conditions like this. It's bitterly disappointing when you do everything right for 98% of it, but that one tiny mistake costs everything. But George Russell's unusual request may be a bit more loaded than it seems to be. He has been leaving crumbs that point to him wanting to climb over the 7-time world champion in the Mercedes hierarchy. Amid Hamilton contract rumours, he has come out to say that he doesn't care where his legendary teammate ends up next season. The 25-year-old driver possesses plenty of self-confidence and is set in his ambition to establish himself as one of the top contenders in the Formula One grid for the foreseeable future. Prior to the Monaco Grand Prix, Russell expressed that Hamilton's stay at Mercedes holds no significance in his pursuit to become the top driver in Formula One. He said, "I don't care at all whether Lewis stays or Lewis goes, because I believe I can beat anyone on the grid." The Monaco Grand Prix marked the debut of the extensively modified W14. The updated car now features more traditional side pods and new front suspension. Despite Hamilton demonstrating strong pace during the rainy portion of the race and closing in on Esteban Ocon in 3rd place, Mercedes Motorsport boss Toto Wolff revealed that both drivers still felt that the car was not good, saying, "It's so difficult to assess because we were in the mix with Aston Martin and with Ferrari, I would say. On a positive note, maybe encouraging because we have never been really good here. We have been 3 tenths behind pole. Last year was 6 tenths. The car was awful last year, and this time around the drivers said it's not good. So there's a step in description, but we really need to be careful. We've got to go to Barcelona, collect more data. It's a new baseline. I don't expect us clearing Aston Martin and Ferrari there either." Wolff acknowledged that the car faced increased difficulties as the track surface in Monaco gained more grip. Here, it's mainly ride and low-speed downforce. You don't see that on many other tracks. So we're coming to more mid and high-speed corners, proper racetracks. It should be good. I think we've been better in FP1 actually and FP2 than the rest of the weekend. The more the track grips in, the less performant we are. It's really a lot of learning at the moment because everything is new. We've got to just collect the data and set the car up. Wolff further stated that the main objective for the Spanish Grand Prix would be to comprehend how to maximise the setup of the new car. He emphasised that the strong work ethic within the Mercedes team would propel them forward. It is more about understanding what does this car do now and how do we need to set it up. We're really good at grinding away once we decide the development direction. Even with the old package, that wasn't great. It was terrible at the beginning of the season. We managed to win a race in Interlagos in a very dominant way, so we're going to get there. Following the introduction of new upgrades, Lewis Hamilton has observed a significant difference. The 7-time world champion confirmed that at least one specific component of the W14 felt better during the weekend, providing a substantial uplift for the Silver Arrows. Although Mercedes did not make significant progress in Monaco, Hamilton expresses confidence that they could experience an improvement in Barcelona, saying, "I'm really happy. We've moved forwards. Coming into the weekend, I didn't know where we would stand, so to come out 4th and 5th is really great points for the team." Huge thank you to everyone back at the factory for bringing those upgrades. It's been so much work to bring those here and we kept it in one piece. We beat the Ferraris and we really got some great points as a team. Next week, Barcelona is like the best test circuit for us, so it was really difficult here to know. The car feels very stiff, there are lots of bumps. I definitely noticed one particular part of the car that was better, but I don't know how that will be next week. I'm sure it will be a much better package next week. The true test of Lewis Hamilton and George Russell's working relationship will emerge when Mercedes is contending for race victories. It is during these crucial moments that we will get to see whether they can continue to collaborate or clash. Will their internal competition be more heated in the coming races? Tell us your prediction in the comments section down below. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thanks for watching.